if you look at the amendment, it's a little different, but page 4 of 6 down towards the bottom, section 2A, it says a training program administered under this section may consist of up to 16 hours and may include. So the bill doesn't mandate that you get a full 16 hours of training.
Senator, that's the intent of this bill, to map up to at least 16 hours. We were trying to strike a balance between making sure we didn't put such draconian requirements on our Arkansas State Police or the instructors that somebody would train for 15 hours and 55 minutes, and then somebody could say void if something happens, that your license isn't good under this enhanced license that we're doing. And so I think this is a good balance. This bill came from an understanding with the governor, who's the executive branch and will be over the Arkansas State Police. Is a requirement. I have full assurances that he will direct the colonel of the Arkansas State Police and those instructors or those within his staff to come as close to 16 hours as humanly possible.
So a couple of follow-ups, is that all right, Mr. Chairman? So then right underneath there, it says the cost of the training program shall not exceed a nominal amount. And then you flip over, and we have a section on page 5 which says, under 5B, a training program under this subsection shall at a minimum have comparable standards to active shooter training, and training under this subsection shall be offered by all training instructors and at all concealed carry training courses. So who bears the cost of getting all these people up to speed on this active shooter training? Is that going to be the state of Arkansas, or how's that going to work?
The only cost I can assume that would come from this for the state of Arkansas is the initial Arkansas State Police coming up with the idea of what the training should look like. I cannot give you a figure on what that would be, but I do not imagine it will be large. What the instructors will have to do, I imagine, is be recertified in some kind of fashion, and then they will be the ones who, the people who want this enhanced endorsement will be the ones who have to pay the nominal fee.
So we don't have a precise impact of what it's going to cost to come up with this training program. Fiscal impact, that is.
Say again, Senator.
What? No, I understand. We don't have a precise fiscal impact on what coming up with this training program and retraining all our instructors is going to cost.
I did not have that fiscal impact.
And then at the bottom of the bill, and I don't know if this was in the last one or not, maybe I missed it, we have granted immunity to our colleges and universities and community colleges if there's a claim related to a staff member's use of a concealed carry. If we think this is such a great idea and that these people are going to be so safe with the use of concealed carry, why do we need a grant of immunity?
That's a great question, Senator Bob. I think what I was worried about was the idea of sovereign immunity, and there may be some issues with that. So we want to make it crystal clear in partnership with the community colleges, with our 4 and 2-year degree institutions, that we allow them to be immune from any kind of claims that may come of this. This is a compromise that came from reasonable parties talking, and I think it's a good compromise. I think this was originally, this more expanded language was under Senator Hutchinson's amendment. I think it was a good compromise to leave it in this current amendment.
One more area here. So that my understanding is the average age of our community colleges is 28 years old. So anybody who has a concealed carry license and gets this training, then we're essentially we could be arming a substantial portion of our campus.
If they choose to use their constitutionally protected right and they are over the age of 25, I think that's a valid use of their rights.
Do we have, with the amendment, do any colleges or universities support the bill?
I believe that the gentleman who spoke the other day, the president of, I think NTI is the acronym, I believe he's still on support of it. I haven't talked to him specifically about this amendment, but I believe he would be.
He's at Northwest Technical Institute guy, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Any public college or university besides that one? Is that no?
I've gotten emails from professors who work at places, staff members, and college students who are strongly supportive of this bill.
But no college or university?
I've gotten emails from professors, from college students, and staff members who are strongly supportive of this bill.
Thank you.
Senator Standridge, to kind of clear up that question you had there, Senator Bond, knowing what being a certified officer and stuff,
under Arkansas Commission on Law Enforcement Standards and Training, they've already got some of these courses already set up that they do with law enforcement. And I feel like, I don't think I see the director back there from the academy, but they've already got stuff set up here that they'll probably just have to tweak to do that, because those are already courses that are offered to law enforcement at this time of year.
Don't have any other questions from members.